we're back. Channel Strong, Good Vibes Tour 2.0. We're here in Nashville with Glenn Porter from Fifth Gear. Glenn, take these masks off and say hello. We got our distance.
Right.
Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, I'm Glenn Porter with Fifth Gear Technology. We started the company back in 2014 as just a small little homegrown MSP, and since then we've grown to over 1,000 endpoints. We tend to focus primarily on the healthcare vertical, but we've expanded into a few additional verticals such as the legal profession and the construction vertical.
Awesome, great. So, we know we're here. We're trying to get away from all the screen fatigue, and we're all zoomed out, for lack of a better term. So when this, the reason why we're here, this whole COVID mess that hit, how did it affect your business in the beginning, and how are you guys doing now?
No, it's a great question, Ken. So back in the beginning when, in March, and it feels like so long ago at this point, but when the whole world just kind of came to a stop at once, we, just like many other MSPs and many of our clients and our businesses that we work with on a daily basis, we kind of took a step back and reevaluated a few things, but like, hey, now what? What's going to happen? What's the future of our business look like? What does, where we're going to see ourselves in the next couple of months? And there were so many unknowns. But I will say that not only just here in the Nashville community, but the MSP community and just all the communities in the world united moving forward, and we really kind of found our groove. What we ended up noticing in most cases was, again, since we tend to focus primarily on the healthcare vertical, we weren't as impacted as we thought we were going to be. We did see some decline in sales at first, especially with a lot of the project work. Our project work dried up literally overnight. I had 30 grand in hardware sitting here waiting to be deployed and had nowhere to put it. So it took a little bit of time, but after the PPP started rolling through, after people started kind of figuring out when they could reopen their businesses, our project work picked back up. We actually ended up picking up about 5 new clients, about 40,000 or so
awesome.
Annual recurring revenue. So we've actually seen growth during COVID, which is not what we anticipated at all.
Absolutely, and it's partially because you're heading in the right direction, right? Starting to push towards the cloud, trying to get your clients to push to the cloud. As you guys were doing this, did you notice some of the clients that were a little hesitant, were holding back, now we're realizing that cloud is the way to go, and it kind of accelerated that part of it?
Oh, no doubt. With all of our clients, we're already using Office 365, which we get through PAX-A. And we have a few clients that are still stuck on G Suite because we just haven't been able to convert them otherwise. But we're working on that. So, with those who are already utilizing Office 365 and utilizing our voice over IP technologies, honestly, it was such an easy transition from working in the office to working at home.
That's fantastic. So let's talk about home. What was it like when it first hit and you were home? Was the wife ready to kick you out? Were the animals surprised? Like, hey, what's this guy doing here? He's not usually here during the day. How was that transition at first?
No doubt. So my wife and I, we have a cat. We don't have any children, at least not yet. So we have a cat, and it definitely threw him off for a little while. He's like, hey, why are the people home all day long and disturbing my slumber? But aside from that, honestly, it's been pretty seamless for us. Again, by utilizing a lot of cloud technologies, it was really no different than any other workday. We just get up, I go to my desk at the house, and get right to work. We did eventually start transitioning back into the office around April, May, and then, of course, at this point, I think most people are sort of transitioning and doing some sort of like 50-50, some work from home, some work in the office. At least that's what my wife does, for example.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm so glad that you were, I'm so glad you were
Rain is here.
We got it. So glad you were on to host this and have us come out and do this and help the community. We got the food truck, some infusion of cash. We got the food that we're going to donate to the food bank. So thank you very much for coming out. We got the rain just in time. Just in time. Thank you for the weather too. Hey, let's put our masks on and let's do an ear high five here. Ready?
All right.
Nice.